fucked, get cucked, or get sucked. And here's our contestant, Raphael. Raphael, which is the correct answer? Get fucked, get cucked, or get sucked?
I'm gonna. Jeez, Al, it's a tough one. Can I phone a friend?
Okay. Ring, 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 ring.
Hey, Mom? Yeah. No. I'm on a game show. You're on it too, actually. No. Look, do I get fucked, cucked, or zucked? That's true. I don't know, but he did drop out of college. Well, yeah, it was Harvard. Okay. You know what, Mom? You're right. I'm gonna get zucked for 5 million, Alex.
And that is the correct answer. You get $1 million. What do you have to say for yourself?
This is the happiest day of my life. I just want to thank you, thank the show, Mark Zuckerberg, and also the devil.
And no, I mean, I was about to say we should. I was about to get political, but nah, I'm not gonna do that. But
not here. It's for our special Patreon show. Hint plug.
Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, guys, welcome to the Hannahcast, our movie news show. And yeah, as Raphael said, I have a Patreon account, and if you wanna get some perks, I'll tell you some of them. For $1 per month, you can have your name in my videos, and yeah, that's it. You get to have your name in my videos. That's cool. I have one Patreon supporter who does that. So, if you have the finances, why not you? For $5 a month, you can. You'll get your name in my videos plus the audio only version of the Hannahcast, because some people like to listen to podcasts and whatnot while they're driving or while they're exercising or whatnot. It makes it very convenient for you. And for $15 a month, you get your name in my videos, you get the Hannahcast audio only version, and you also get our special Hannahcast after show where which, like Raphael said, we could talk about literally anything we want. We could talk about politics. We could talk about, I don't know,
how good garbage smells.
Yes, exactly. We could talk about how good garbage smells. I mean, you don't know
you
what.
Never know. The only way to know is to find out.
Yeah, exactly.
So go ahead.
Yeah,
find out.
Yeah, guys,
find
go.
Out what you're missing.
Yes. Go on to patreon.com/ChristianTylerHannah. You can see the link right here. And, yeah, guys, why not consider supporting the show? Yeah. So, how are you doing, Raphael?
I'm pretty good this morning. Had some stuff to do, but other than that, I'm A-okay. How about yourself, my guy?
Yeah, it's getting a little bit chilly here. For once, November's actually starting to get chilly, even though people are already starting to celebrate Christmas in November, which makes me sick.
Did they forget Thanksgiving?
Yeah, exactly.
Thanksgiving turkey will have its revenge. We must offer them to him as a blood sacrifice.
Yes, exactly. We really should. And don't forget the Halloween turducken.
The Halloween turducken, indeed, bro. Dude, I went out after Halloween on November the 1st and literally bought my own weight in candy for like $10 to $15. It was glorious.
Damn! I didn't buy any because, like I said, I'm trying to save my next 3 paychecks for Cyber Monday because I gotta try to get.
Oh hell yeah! That's the way to do it. Yeah. I only did it because I knew all of the candy was gonna be on sale, so I was like, maybe I want like 6 bags of York peppermint patties. So what if I do? Don't judge me.
I've never had York peppermint patties.
They're pretty good. I like them. It's definitely a niche thing. Mint and chocolate. If you don't like mint chocolate chip ice cream, then I wouldn't eat it. Because you're probably not gonna like York peppermint patties. If you don't like mints, I'd say try it, but probably eat only half of it because you may not like a York peppermint patty.
Like it's weird because like it's sort of like Reese's for me. Like I like mint. Like I love eating mint gum and whatnot, and I love chocolate, but I just don't like it mixed together. So like with Reese's, I love peanut butter and I love chocolate, but for some reason I just can't stand it when they're together.
Oh, dude, that makes me sad. Reese's are one of my favorite candies.
Well, I wish I could love them.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like just like Reese's. You're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it.
Yeah. Looks like the connection thing is a little bit low, but yeah, guys, we have quite a lot to talk about today in the Hannahcast. Not the least of which, we're gonna be starting off with this. apparently, you know, as you know, I'm a really big fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I thought all of them were really good. I haven't seen the latest one. I really do, but I have not seen it yet, sadly. Um,
Neither have I.
yeah, but you know, I thought, you know, of course, the first one's great. I thought Dead Man's Chest is probably my favorite out of all of them. I thought A World's End was really good, and I thought what was that, On Stranger Tides was
On
really,
Stranger Tides, yeah. On Stranger Tides, I didn't like as much as some of the other ones, but I still enjoyed it a lot.
yeah. I really enjoyed On Stranger Tides, and plus I really loved the mermaid scene. That scene terrifies me to this day because it's like I've never seen mermaids like this on screen, and I would just love it if there was like a horror movie that was with like these kinds of mermaids or whatever, just fucking freaky. Just ah, well, now the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie, while it did make money, it wasn't a flop. It certainly went below studio expectations, and so they're thinking about rebooting Pirates of the Caribbean. All right, whatever. But now originally they got the guys who wrote Deadpool to write the Pirates of the Caribbean reboot. But I guess they left the project, and now, oddly enough, the creator of Chernobyl, uh, is gonna be developing this film. I gotta look this up because it's I gotta figure out the guy's name. What's it? The Where is it? Chernobyl HBO. It was created by Craig Mazin. He's gonna be developing this Pirates of the Caribbean reboot, which I haven't seen Chernobyl. I really should, but
You should, dude. It's amazing.
yeah, what do you think about him developing Pirates of the Caribbean?
I'll just say a meme that goes out to everybody that's seen Chernobyl. 3.6 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Not great, not terrible. But I am pretty excited for him to do this. I thoroughly enjoyed Chernobyl. I thought the music was great. I thought the acting was top notch, and I myself am very interested in historical events and biopics, and any chance I can get to learn about them in a very easily digestible method, like movies, I will jump at, or TV, I should say, because Chernobyl is a TV show. But it is incredibly good, and I think that if he can capture the same greatness in something as awesome in Pirates of the Caribbean, in something as awesome as Pirates of the Caribbean, then I think we're gonna be in for a treat.
Yeah, I'm looking through his filmography, and even though he did Chernobyl, it's shocking some of the stuff that he's done. Like the other stuff he's done are nothing at all like what Chernobyl seems to be like. Because like he also wrote Scary Movie 3, Scary Movie 4, Superhero Movie, the Hangover sequels, the Huntsman Winter's War. It's like, and I'm like, what in the world? Like this guy did Chernobyl, which is said to be like one of the most depressing shows of the year. Mm.
Yeah, and it was also really good, and that's kind of confusing to me because like Scary Movie 3 wasn't terrible, but it was also like a meme, so you can't really blame it for being bad in the areas that it is bad in because it's a joke. Um, Superhero movie, on the other hand, pretty terrible. Huntsman, Winters, whatever, also fairly bad. So I don't know. I guess now that I've heard that, it could go either way, but I really hope that he does a good job with the Pirates of the Caribbean IP.
Yeah, like I've seen like I like Scary Movie 3, 4, and admittedly I thought Superhero Movie was kind of funny, but at least it's not Disaster Movie, which
I Yeah, no, dude, disaster movies on a whole nother level. Like it's not
yeah.
even close to those movies. Like I said, I enjoyed three, most if not all of the scary movies that I've seen. I think I've seen them up to four, and but they are memes. That's the whole meme, I guess you could say.
Yeah, there's just no excuse for a disaster movie, which luckily he wasn't
No,
involved
dude,
in. But
no, and you'd think with a title like disaster movie, seeing as all of his other movies have the word movie in them, he would be involved. But I'm glad he wasn't, dude.
yeah, it's just like the one thing I'm wondering is, do you think uh do you think this Pirates of the Caribbean reboot will have Jack Sparrow?
Jack Sparrow. See, if it does, because it is a reboot, I doubt that Johnny Depp will be involved
Yeah.
at all. So I don't know. If they do it, they're definitely going to recast him, which will make or break the movie at that point, depending on who they cast and what he brings to the table. Because it's really hard.
Jack Sparrow is like one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yeah, and
He's so
it's really
iconic.
hard to do what Johnny Depp does. He takes a character and he adds his own sort of flavor to it, but he also gives them their own identity. That way, you're just not watching Johnny Depp in another movie being Johnny Depp. Um, I can't think of too many people that can do that, or how it would make sense for the character to be so different, even though it is a reboot. So I would think they'd be better off just
I think that
leaving him alone.
yeah,
But I don't know.
I think it would probably be the wise move to maybe move away from Jack Sparrow and do something else with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, tell somebody else's tale. Like Pirates of the Caribbean, all you need is a bunch of pirates, and then you got a recipe for fun. But
I mean, who knows?
I really don't know what they're gonna do. But yeah.
Yeah, and fun fact, Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl was actually Johnny Depp's first ever Academy Award nomination for Best Actor.
That's surprising. I was for sure he would have gotten it for something like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, this is his very first Oscar nomination, which is really strange, but kind of cool to imagine, like, seeing that Johnny Depp's first Oscar nomination. And again, this is the Academy Awards, not the MTV Movie Awards, not the Kids' Choice Awards. The Academy Awards nominated him for Best Lead Actor for Pirates of the Caribbean.
He should have won for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That man had to kiss Gary Busey.
Well, I've never seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Dude, you need to see that movie. It's incredible.
Actually, let me see who was nominated that year for let me look at.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas came out in 1998.
Okay, so I'm gonna look for Academy Awards 1999. Oh yeah, that was also the year where Jim Carrey was snubbed for Best Actor for The Truman Show.
That is, you don't say, dude.
Well, let's just see who was nominated. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, all this sounds really good. The nominees that year were Roberto Benigni for Life is Beautiful, Tom Hanks for Saving Private Ryan, Ian McKellen for Gods and Monsters, Nick Nolte for Affliction, and Edward Norton for American History X, and Roberto Benigni for Life is Beautiful won Best Actor. That was a tough year, I guess.
Yeah, no, for real. American History X was a legendary movie.
And of course, there's Saving Private Ryan, and
yeah.
I mean, I've actually never seen any of these movies. I really should.
You've never seen Saving Private Ryan?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
No kidding, dude. That's one of my favorite Spielberg, Tom Hanks duo dream team movies of all time. They also did a really good job with the HBO original series, The Pacific and Band of Brothers.
Yeah, I've heard.
Which if you enjoy Saving Private Ryan, if you ever get a chance to watch it, definitely watch those. They are incredible TV series.
Yeah, like,
and I think only like one season of stuff, but the episodes are like 55 minutes long.
I mean, I know Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg can do really well together because, you know, I saw The Post with Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep.
Dude, yeah, no, dude, that was awesome. I loved The Post.
Yeah, so I have no doubt that Saving Private Ryan is gonna be great. I just haven't, you know, I don't have the Blu-ray and I don't want to watch it on TV, so. But it's so strange that Jim Carrey, like, I don't know, do you think Johnny Depp for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas or Jim Carrey for The Truman Show could have competed with any of these guys?
I definitely would have chosen The Truman Show on a heartbeat, but that's just me. That movie, me personally, it affected me in a huge way.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, no, same, dude. It's a legend of a movie.
Yeah, and like it really. I honestly think The Truman Show is kind of ahead of its time because, like, one of the things that happened right after The Truman Show came out was the reality TV boom of like the 2000s, where like everything was a reality series that focused on people's personal lives, and ever since that happened, I was like, I think like, and I started watching The Truman Show more. I was like, oh man, like this movie. I mean, granted, it's not to the big extreme of The Truman Show, but it's like. It kind of got a lot of things somewhat accurate because, yeah, it's so good. Although it looks like Truman Show didn't even get a Best Picture nomination, but did get nominated for Best Director Peter Weir and Best Original Screenplay. But Yeah, but regardless, like I do love the Truman Show. And yeah, I am interested to see what the Chernobyl creator can do with Pirates of the Caribbean because this sounds like a very strange combination of the two. But hey, I'm an optimist. I'm willing to see what they do with it. I doubt they're gonna do Jack Sparrow again because like that's again one of the most iconic characters on television. So yeah, guys, what do you think? Can you still hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Yeah, so yeah, guys, what do you think of the Chernobyl creator? What's his? I forgot his name. Yeah. Uh, let me. Oh, Craig Mason. Yeah.
Yep.
Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And yeah, on to our next subject. Um. Oh boy, guys, Disney Plus, not including today. Like after today, Disney Plus is just 10 days away. I cannot wait for this. And apparently, the Mandalorian, one of my most anticipated shows, a new trailer dropped this week, and man, I think this is just cool. What do you think?
I loved the trailer. I loved every single trailer that I've seen for The Mandalorian, and I'm so excited for it to come out with Disney Plus. I like I said before and so many other times, the production value is there.
Oh yeah,
The intrigue and interest is also there. For the few like clips that they show you, you're very drawn in and trying to take in as much information as possible to sort of find out like, what all is gonna be happening. But I think that The Mandalorian is gonna be an amazing show to sit through, and I can't wait to do it.
yeah. I thought this was a really cool show. We got to hear the Mandalorian himself speak.
Yep.
I mean, and let's just face it, this is pretty much the Boba Fett show without calling him Boba Fett because it's like, but because he's a clone, he's a bounty hunter. But I mean, I am really excited for this. And I do agree the production value on this looks stupid good. Like this, but although I think it's kind of sad that this television series looks way better than Star Wars episodes 1 and 2. It's kind
Uh,
of
well, it probably will be, dude. There's a saying that I really appreciate, and it goes, "It's not hard to improve on garbage," and that's what I think about episodes 1 and 2. So if it's not at least as good as episodes 1 and 2, I'm gonna be mad disappointed.
I don't. Again, I think they're really going to deliver on this because they said that
No, yeah, dude.
each
What
episode's
I've been seeing, dude, what I've been seeing doesn't even worry me to the point where it's only like I think, oh, it's only going to be as good as episode 1 and 2. No, dude, the production value, the effects are all m- miles beyond what 1 and 2 delivered, or what they even could deliver at the time that they were made. Um, but I'm excited. I am genuinely excited for the Mandalorian.
yeah, and like the people they have attached to this, they have
Oh yeah, John
Pedro,
Favreau.
yeah, John Favreau, Taika Waititi, Rick Famuyiwa, Dave Filoni, Bryce Dallas Howard, Deborah Chow, and Deborah Chow's gonna be show running the Obi-Wan series, but like
Yes.
yeah, and like of course you have a cast that includes Pedro Pascal, Gina Carano, Nick Nolte, Carl Weathers, Werner Herzog, and Taika Waititi. Like this just looks so cool. I really cannot wait for Disney Plus to come. And also, I didn't make this a topic because it's not really much to talk about, but apparently yesterday they actually announced that James Cameron's Avatar will be on Disney Plus at launch. So
That's awesome. I really enjoyed that movie when I saw it in the theaters.
I saw that movie like maybe like somewhere in like early 2010 when my dad rented it on DVD. That was before I really cared about movies, so I can't give you an accurate description of what I would feel about the film. All I know is that like every time I wanted to watch it, I couldn't because it would be on FX and
Oh
on
yeah, no,
FX
that's no way to watch a
that
movie.
no, but I mean like that movie would be like 5 or 6 hours long on FX. I'm like, nope,
Yeah, because
I'm
of
not.
all the ads.
Yeah, which I get. I mean, it's a network.
Gotta make your money, but
But
also
like,
that's a little annoying.
yeah, but since it's gonna be, but this is one of the benefits of Disney buying Fox. A lot of their Fox stuff will be on Disney Plus or Hulu, and so yeah, Avatar's gonna be on Disney Plus. I'm already gonna be preoccupied by watching some other things like The Mandalorian, The World According to Jeff Goldblum, Lady and the Tramp. I want to check out that new Dumbo because Tim Burton's one of my favorite directors, and knowing he's gonna be doing Dumbo, I really want to see that. But at some point I will try to watch Avatar, which I mean makes sense because I think like 2021 they're gonna do Avatar 2, and with every sequential year it's gonna be like every December is gonna be like a alternating between Avatar sequel and Star Wars movie. So I like they're going like they really need to pump out some Avatar if they want more attention on that. So yeah, guys, what do you think of the new trailer for The Mandalorian? I thought it was great. I can't wait to watch The Mandalorian. It could not come any sooner, and we've only got just just around 10 days or so until the service launches. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and let me hear your thoughts. Our next topic is one that came out just yesterday on some other breaking news. Um, as you know, like one of my favorite movies of last year and one of my favorite comic book movies, and for me the best Spider-Man movie ever made, is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I was already kind of excited for the film because like when they released that first trailer, I love the art style, I love the music that was going with it, and I was like, huh. I want like I'm more excited for Incredibles 2 when it comes to animated movies. But I'm still looking forward to the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And then lo and behold, Incredibles 2 didn't disappoint me at all. But what surprised me was how incredible Spider-Verse was. I thought that movie was relentlessly funny. It had some great character depth. The action was so creative. Again, the music and visuals were gorgeous, especially the "What's Up, Danger" scene. Like,
Oh yeah.
I love Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse. I know you love Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse. And it oddly, in a really surprising move, this movie, Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, the Sony animated Spider-Man movie, beat out Incredibles 2 and Ralph Breaks the Internet for Best Animated Feature, which and a Wes Anderson animated movie with Isle of Dogs, which it's incredible if you beat out Disney for Best Animated Feature because they're almost unstoppable. Well,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, and usually I feel like for the most part it's well deserving because they make some really great movies. But
Yes.
uh, just yesterday they announced that a new Spider-Man film, Spider-Man Into the they didn't specifically say what it was going to be called, but but it's going to be a new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie, and they announced it for April 8th, 2022. I am so excited for this. I've already given my thoughts on the film, but like, what are your thoughts on at least on a new Spider-Verse movie being done for 2022?
I'm excited, and I hope that it delivers the same sensation that the first one did, because I was thoroughly impressed with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I hadn't somehow I hadn't really heard anything about it, and I hadn't even seen a trailer for it before it came out. And then I went and saw it because I saw Spider-Man in the movie theater, and I was like, okay, well, this is either going to be good or trash. So I went and watched it, and I was like, that might have single-handedly been the most amazing animated film I've ever seen.
Whoa,
And then I
really?
proceeded to one of them, dude. And I proceeded to go home after that and wait for it to come out on Amazon Prime, and then I bought it and I've rewatched it like at least 4 times. It's so good. It's easily my favorite Spider-Man movie. I think it's the one that they've done the best job on. Um, and I'm excited to hear that it's getting a sequel because I'm really excited for what that means. Will we get to see Spider-Gwen again? Will we get to see Spider-Pig? Will Nicolas Cage return as Spider-Man Noir? I sure goddamn hope so.
And well, I do know that I'm very sure that the end credits scene of Spider Verse is going to sets up what we're going to be seeing in the second film. If you saw the post credits scene, like at least I'm trying to think. Well, yeah, it was one post credit scene. It's just it went to be a little joke a little later, but like Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse is definitely one of my favorite animated movies of the 2010s right now. Again, I could not be any more excited for the sequel. I'm just giddy, like, which is weird because like I was already kind of looking forward to the first movie because actually I wasn't even really looking forward to it until I saw the trailer. Like when I saw the trailer was when I was like, oh, it's gonna be this kind of film, and yeah, I am super stoked for this movie. Like it's 2022, so it's gonna be quite a while to wait for it. But you know what? I'm very sure they're gonna be taking their sweet ass time with this. Again, I'm just excited for this. So yeah, do you have any final thoughts on the Spider-Verse sequel?
No, I'm excited for it, and I am definitely gonna see it day one when it drops into theaters 2 years from now.
Yeah, that is true. So yeah, guys, what do you think of the of a new Spider-Verse movie coming out April 8th, 2022? Again, I'm excited for it. He's excited for it. We could not be any more excited for it. Let me know in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Our next topic is one that it's very different from the stuff I usually review, but I just had to talk about this. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but a YouTuber I do follow quite a bit is Markiplier, Mark Fishbach, and I think this guy has I think this guy is a really talented dude. Like this guy has been yeah, he's best known for his gameplay stuff, but in recent years, he's been trying to do some more diverse stuff. Like he did A Date with Markiplier, Markiplier TV, Who Killed Markiplier, Wilford Mother Loving Wharf Stash, which is one I definitely suggest people watch. Um, and he did Damien, which I thought was pretty good, but wasn't really a big fan of the animation style. I mean, it wasn't even really animation to begin with, but regardless, he has a new project out called A Heist with Markiplier, which just like A Date with Markiplier is a choose your own adventure kind of film. I mean, not film. I don't know what you'd call this, but like it's a choose your own adventure story, and this thing is like doubling down on the choices from A Date with Markiplier. Like this one has over 60 videos. It has over, I think it has like 31 endings. This thing is crazy. I know you didn't. I know you haven't gotten through all of A Heist with Markiplier yet, Raphael. But what are your general thoughts of what you've seen so far?
I enjoyed it a lot. I thought that Markiplier did a very good job acting. I didn't know he had acting chops. I never had seen him in anything outside of like a commercial. I knew he was a YouTuber before this. I had known about Markiplier, but he never really popped up in my recommended, so I never went out of my way to see any of his stuff. I have not experienced A Date with Markiplier or any of his other non-gaming related content. Um, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought he did a great job with it, and it actually makes me want to check out A Date with Markiplier and some of his other videos too. Um, I really liked a lot of, or the fact that it was like a choose your own, so there were a lot of different holes you could fall into, quote unquote, and it felt kind of like a game, which was really, really neat. But I also just really appreciated how seriously it was obviously taken because like everyone, at least in my opinion, does a very not convincing but good job at the role that they're given, and it really creates a very immersive and sort of believable world to where you sort of put yourself in the shoes of the person that you're playing as. So you think like, what should I do? What would I do? And then you do it, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, like one thing I loved, like I'm not gonna get into spoilers because like I'm telling you, anything that could happen in this will probably happen. Like
Yeah.
this thing is absolutely nuts. It covers so many different genres, uh, and you know who else is in A Heist with Markiplier? Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear you go. Oh, what? I don't know. But Robert Rex is in this.
I did say what. And Robert Rex is in this?
Yeah, Robert Rex is in this. The guy who presented Best Picture at this year's Nerdy Movie
Yeah, no,
Awards.
I remember Robert Rex.
Yeah,
Well, good
he's
for him, dude. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Mark really loves working with this guy. He thinks he's like so funny, and he is.
Dude, Robert Rex is hilarious. He's a meme legend,
he,
meme god.
he is like. And wait till you get to the scenes with him, because again, he's really funny. In this, and I'm telling you, like, there's one part in particular. I don't want to, man. I don't want to say what it is, but like. I will say that there's a part in this that I know you definitely haven't seen, because it's probably my favorite part of the entire thing, where, like, he shows off more of his talents than I thought he had. Because like he'd been saying he was gonna try to do this, like not the project, but like this specific talent skill, and I was wondering, I wonder how. And when he started doing it in some things, I was like, okay, that's not bad. But then in this, it's like, oh wow, this like, okay, yeah, this guy's legit. Like I'm telling everyone, like, this guy Markiplier, he's gotten more than just being the gamer. He said that he's always been motivated to try to do way more things. And it's not like someone like Logan Paul or whatever, who just because he's famous he knows he can get onto, the movies and or TV shows and whatnot, or Jake Paul or whatever. No, Mark is like, he's legit dedicated to bettering his talent skills so he can make the experience of the audience worthwhile. And I feel like A Heist with Markiplier is a great showcase of that. Like, he directed this thing, he wrote this thing. Like, it's insane where this goes, and the production value is huge. I mean, that's probably also because this is a YouTube original, so they helped out with this, and Rooster Teeth is helping him out with this. But man, a Heist with Markiplier is it's a series that has so many different twists and turns. It's creative, it's funny, it's heartfelt at times. I know you saw one of the more heartfelt endings where it was kind of
Yeah, I got two of them. I got the one where
again, no spoilers.
no, not spoiling it, but you basically go back to the beginning, and if you know what I mean, after meeting the chick.
Oh, and let me guess, is there credits at the end?
Yes, yes.
Oh wow,
So
what you got that early?
I got that on my first run through, and then on my second one, I got the one where you undo the handcuffs.
Yeah, oh yeah, like this. I'm surprised you got that one, like the sort of ending one on your first go round, like that. Like that's
Well, my first time around, I just kind of thought like, well, okay, so obviously I should choose the light hallway, not the dark hallway. Only a fool would choose that. And I mean, obviously he did that intentionally so that you would think that. But that's the other thing I really liked about it. Like the choices are given to you, but realistically, they're choices that you would make and have to choose between. So it doesn't really feel that bad that you only get like two choices. It feels great because most of the choices just felt like, yeah, that's what I would do in that situation.
Yeah, and even then, like and this is the first video, so it's not even really a spoiler. Like, it's like the first video you go to. Right off the bat, this thing is hilarious.
Yeah, dude, like you're taking your time, bro. You're like Solid Snake with your or Sam Fisher with your grappling gun, getting up the side of the wall, going in James Bond like all sneaky and quiet, and then Markiplier turns on his computer, boots up Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, and just busts in through a window like a madman.
Yeah, and also the one part where he's trying to sneak and whatnot, but and like it's so well. First he sneaks and it's like a dummy that flops onto the ground. And it's like being
Yeah,
pulled by
yeah,
a fishing wire. And then there's one part where he's being sneaky, but it's obviously a stunt double. I just
yeah, dude, it was incredible. Like that part where he's like, "Be back in a flash," and then he's back, and then he's like, "Be back in a flash," and I'm just like, "Bro, that's great."
yeah,
It made me laugh a lot.
yeah, guys. I'm telling you, like I will say a couple of issues I have was that there's a couple of endings, and what I mean by a couple of endings, it's technically four, but like it's the reason why I say it's a couple is that they're basically the same ending. I mean,
Yeah,
they switch a couple of things around. I don't think you've come across these endings, but it's like it's almost word for word and shot by shot, but like the same ending. It's just maybe one or two things are switched around, but eh. But other than that, like the rest of A Heist with Markiplier is really fun. It's funny. It's heartfelt, and you see so much of what Mark can do. And honestly, if I were a filmmaker, I would really want to see what I could do with this guy. Hell, Mark's already gonna be voicing a character for this possibly upcoming Cartoon Network show called Villainous. Uh,
that's pretty awesome. I'm happy for him because after watching this, I definitely do agree that he should definitely try to get into some movie or TV because he'd definitely be good for writing it. I mean, the writing in this is uh, it's pretty good. It is really really good. I liked most, if not all, of the scenes that I watched. I laughed a lot, and I didn't. The sad scenes, not to say that they didn't work, but they didn't make me feel particularly sad, mainly because I don't have any sort of existing connection to Markiplier as one of his fans. But I feel like if you were, they would probably pull on your heartstrings a little bit.
yeah, like I don't know. I didn't feel extremely sad over it because like it's a choose your own adventure, but I do feel like it's still really well done. I did like how they did it and whatnot. But I mean, it is Markiplier, so you get what you get, and like again, I can't really say enough about a heist with Markiplier. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. Like it would probably take you around 3 hours to look
Do
through.
the whole thing.
Yeah, like
I am definitely going to take the time to watch all of the scenes because I played it through twice, but by the time I did the second one, I was like, I could do another one, but I also sort of need sleep, so I chose to sleep.
But yeah, guys. Like I said, I have completed a heist with Markiplier. I definitely recommend it. This is endlessly funny. It's endlessly ridiculous. I just think this is great. I love it a lot. And if you haven't checked it out, I really would suggest checking it out. If you have checked it out, share it around. Like this really Markiplier said this. The reason why he made this is that he wants studios and whatnot to see what he can do, so he can be in more projects, more big projects, and I don't think it couldn't have. I don't think it could happen to a nicer, more talented guy on YouTube. Because like that's another reason why I love Markiplier. He's like one of the most genuine YouTubers I've seen on YouTube. Like nothing he does feels manipulative. He never like, and yeah, he does sometimes sponsor his merch and whatnot, but like he's not.
Who doesn't? Literally, who doesn't?
Yeah, like unlike some other YouTubers, this guy really does feel, he feels real.
No, and as limited of experience I have with Markiplier, having only seen the Choose Your Own Adventure, it did really feel like that because somebody that doesn't care about their fans and stuff doesn't put in the time and effort to make something like this if they didn't want something awesome and fun for them to experience. And that's exactly what this is. It's awesome and fun. I really, really am pleased with having experienced the Heist with Markiplier because you can't just say that you watched it because you didn't. You experienced, you helped. You're complicit in the crime, my brother.
Hmm.
And it's really a wild ride. It's fun. It's great. All of the performances that I saw were serviceable to say the least, and at times even amazing. And it really shows that he put effort into this.
Yeah, guys. I know. I keep saying. I know. I keep making it look like it's gonna be the end of this topic, but like like I said, I just can't say it enough. This guy is really talented. I loved A Heist with Markiplier, and like I said, check it out. And before we get to probably the biggest topic we have here, once again, I'd like to, speaking of shameless plugs, plug my Patreon.
Oh, plug. It's a raining plugs. Hallelujah, it's raining plugs. Plugs.
Like,
Get the after show. Come hear our voices. It's pretty hot.
It almost like when we were saying plugs, it almost sounded like we were talking like butt plugs or whatever.
We were. What are you talking about, bro?
Yes. And if you guys like the Hannahcast, or you just like
buy our officially licensed butt plugs.
Yes.
What? Not yet. Soon though.
No, dude. I wasn't going to announce that yet. Shut up.
Shit! I blew everything. I'm sorry.
Go away. But anyways, if you want, like I said, I have a Patreon account. It's patreon.com/ChristianTylerHannah. If you want to, we currently have 3 tiers. $1 a month gets your name in my videos. And that's really about it. It gets your name in my videos, sort of like how you saw in the beginning of this video. $5 a month gets you the audio-only version of the Hannahcast. If you want to listen to the Hannahcast while you're working out or driving or whatever, well, then this tier allows you to access the Hannahcast audio-only version, which, I mean, hey, who doesn't love a good audio-only podcast? And this also...
Sometimes when you're just, you're pooping really hard, you gotta focus on the poop. You can't watch the video. You gotta only listen to it.
Exactly. That's the way it is. And also, $5 a month will also get your name in my videos. And for $15 a month, which is the granddaddy of all of the tiers, $15 a month will get your name in my videos, the Hannahcast audio-only version, and you get the Hannahcast After Show. What's the Hannahcast After Show? Well, the Hannahcast After Show just so happens to be the second podcast we have. We currently only have 2 episodes because of scheduling conflicts, but whatever. The Hannahcast After Show is basically just a random podcast where we talk about random shit like political stuff, maybe other some...
How awesome raccoons are as pets.
Exactly. How like raccoons are amazing pets, and we also
If you
talk.
don't own a raccoon, what are you doing with your life?
Exactly, and we might also talk about the top 10 the top 10 cucks of all time, and we
Number one, that's this guy,
yeah, dude.
me, bro.
Uh, yeah, and uh yeah, like stuff like that. So yeah, guys, check out the Patreon, which is patreon.com/ChristianTylerHannah. Once again, $1 a month gets your name in my videos, $5 a month gets your name in my videos plus the Hannahcast audio only version, and $15 a month gets your name in my videos, the Hannahcast audio only version, and the Hannahcast after show. Plug done.
Don't forget also that every time that Christmas is mentioned in November, Santa Claus is forced to execute another elf.
Do you really want to execute an elf? Come on,
I
guys.
don't. They're cute, and shotguns make a mess.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, who's gonna give me a little? Who's gonna give me, a little sloppy toppy other than an elf?
Alvin and the Chipmunks, obviously.
You
But that's besides the point.
Exactly. But yeah, guys, check out the Patreon. Before I go on, did you know that apparently, I don't know why, but not quality wise, but because it's I don't know, like I'll explain. But apparently, did you know that when the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies came out, they qualified for Best Animated Feature for the Oscars?
That's disgusting. I did not know that.
Like,
Did they submit them for Best Animated Featured
yeah, they
for
submitted.
the Oscar?
Yeah, they submitted them, but apparently the Oscars, like, granted, they didn't end up getting nominated for obvious reasons, but like for some reason they qualified as animated movies.
I mean, I guess
no,
kind of,
no,
but not really at all.
like-
Like the only animated thing about them were the terribly rendered CGI video game chipmunks. But
Like, if that's
all right, Chief.
I don't understand that. Like, that's not an animated. Like, if you're calling that an animated movie, then Jurassic Park might as well be.
I mean, if people have problems with The Lion King being an animated movie, which it is, because literally everything in that is animated. And yes, granted, it is CGI, just like the chipmunks were CGI. But there are no humans or actual animals in any of the movie.
it's a completely animated film.
Like exactly, that's the whole point I'm trying to drive home. Like, say what you want about it, it is an animated movie. Alvin and the Chipmunks, however, that's where I'm going to start drawing the line, because that literally most of that movie is humans and
It's
little
live action.
chipmunks interacting with humans. And can you think about how awkward that must have been to film? Like all of those people doing those things in those rooms were just doing them as if three little chipmunks were there. But
I mean,
there was nothing there.
I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind the, like, I don't mind that, but it's like, I mean,
I don't either, but I'm just saying, like imagine
if-
how like awkward that must have been to film. Like that's got to be hard for an actor to do.
yeah, it's just, man, I feel so bad for Jason Lee. Like he he was sleepwalking through those movies.
Yeah, you can tell.
Alvin, like
Alvin.
even the whole Alvin scream wasn't anything special. It was just Alvin.
Alvin.
He didn't even scream it. He was just like,
dude, he was probably in a deep, dark state of depression, spending his entire free time in his trailer, drinking away the memories of filming the movie.
Even David Cross, who played the villain in those movies, even he said that being in Alvin and the Chipmunks 3 was the most embarrassing thing in his entire career.
Yeah, dude, like that's almost, bro. There's nothing for me to say about Alvin and the Chipmunks that hasn't already been said. Everyone knows it's bad. Please, if you're gonna watch the movie, just like pirate it or something, or watch it on the
like
internet
if you enjoy those movies, you go on ahead. Great movies will always be made. It's just I'm not a fan of them. I don't.
Yeah, I'm on that boat this time. I thoroughly dislike Alvin. That's an understatement, dude.
Man, but it is funny to see how passive aggressive David Cross was in those movies.
Yeah, no, dude. Like if you just watch the movies to like laugh at them, I don't know. Like yeah, you could totally do it. Like crap. No. I might make a drinking game out of Alvin and the Chipmunks. That way, me and my friends can enjoy Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Once you're 25, be a good boy.
Bro, 25. What are you talking about?
Wait, did I say 25?
Yes, you did.
Damn it, I meant 21. 21?
29 plus 10, 21. It's right around the corner. I'm not that worried about it.
Unless you go to the Dominican Republic, which I think the drinking...
Of course.
Yeah,
it's 18. Or
Yeah.
Canada. Our Lady of Canada.
Oh yeah,
Canada.
Canada. I've never been to Canada. I really wanna.
I've been there once. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I've heard it's really nice, and the healthcare is free. It's a foreign
Yeah, the
concept to
healthcare is free.
the
I have often thought about moving to Canada someday, but not anytime soon. Probably after I'm in the future and have a job.
I'd probably stay in the United States because most of our entertainment is available in the United States. Like you can't like a lot of streaming services are usually in the United States first, and you have to wait for everything to come around the world. So it's like, no, as much as I would love to see Canada, like I as much as Canada is tempting, I'd probably have to stay in the States.
I
So
don't know. I mean, are you sure they don't get released at the same time in Canada?
movies usually do, but not streaming services. Like for
It's kind
example,
of weird.
yeah, it's strange. Uh, yeah, and speaking of streaming services, that gets into our main topic of today, which is HBO Max, Warner Media's new streaming service. We've heard about this for a while, and earlier this week they dropped they had their investor day where they sort of dumped out a whole bunch of news involving HBO Max. I'm gonna send you a link to to CNN what they said, but of course we also have some topics right here, and we're not gonna be talking about all of these in depth, but I mean it's a lot of it still is worth talking about at least a little bit. Like for one, apparently HBO Max will offer offline downloads, which hey, that's always. Yeah, the one thing that always does make me sad is that like I can't download them onto a computer or whatnot. It always has to be like a mobile device.
Yeah, and mobile devices are some at least are pretty limited in terms of storage. And if you're downloading like entire movies, you're not going to be able to get a lot of those on your small phone. And also, watching it on a phone is not the best.
I was about to say that like watching it wouldn't be the best. Like the best.
Although, I mean, if you think about it, you could technically like download it to your phone if you're going somewhere without internet that has a TV, let's say, which I don't think is a lot of places, but you could download it to your phone, bring an Apple TV or an Amazon Fire TV with you, and then cast it from your phone to the TV. But even then, that's a lot of extra steps, and if there's a TV there, there's probably internet.
Yeah, like like again, like I feel like if I was just waiting somewhere, maybe watching it on a phone, like maybe watching a TV show on your phone, or maybe on a tablet. I think a tablet might be better.
Yeah, tablet would be way better for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, that's still it still is a nice feature that that's getting more readily available. I think Hulu is going to start doing that pretty soon. So I think that's pretty cool. Another interesting thing is that HBO Max will include the entire HBO service and library with a total of 10,000 hours of content at launch.
Yeah, dude, I'm seeing some of the programs that they're launching with, and they're pretty good. Top Gear, BBC, Doctor.
We'll get into that here in a bit. But it's just looking at, but like saying that all of just regular HBO will be on there.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, like one thing one of my favorite shows on TV right now is Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. I love that show. I've never seen Game of Thrones, but I can now. And there's also things like, of course, there's Chernobyl, Big Little Lies, Barry, the new Watchmen series. I wonder, like, I haven't seen Watchmen, but it's gonna be, but like, I will be interested to see what your thoughts are gonna be, considering you thought the movie was your favorite. You say that the first like the movie Watchmen was your favorite comic book movie. So,
yeah, no, I am really excited to see Watchmen on HBO. I really want to see it.
Yeah, and of course some of their other HBO stuff, including oh wait, well actually, well, oh wait, no, the HBO originals, like it's not the same thing as the HBO library series, but like I don't know,
right?
But yeah, the HBO library series, you're going to get all that plus the HBO library movies, which include currently right now A Star Is Born, Aquaman, Crazy Rich Asians, Detective Pikachu, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, Glass, the Lego Movie 2, Us, War of the, like all of, like a lot of movies and whatnot. Let's see, what's the oh yeah, the Yeah, so yeah, that is a lot, and we'll get more into some of the movie stuff here in a bit. But like, yeah, that's really cool that you're getting. Like, for one, you're getting HBO, but apparently also the entire 50 season library of Sesame Street is going to be available at launch, including the next 5 years of Sesame Street will be airing in conjunction with HBO Max and PBS. I mean, I think that sounds really good, especially for kids and whatnot.
Yeah, no, for sure. I like looking through the library and stuff. It definitely will be.
Yeah, and I will say this: I don't watch Sesame Street, but I've watched some of their videos on YouTube where they parody movies and TV shows. I gotta say, Sesame Street, like
No, yeah, dude. I grew up with Sesame Street, bro. It was easily one of the best parts of my childhood.
but I mean, like, their parodies nowadays are so funny. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen them do their parody of Les Miserables, which is a depressing story about.
Depressing French drama, yeah, dude.
And it's so funny. And wait till you hear their parody of I Dreamed a Dream. They go there, which is like one of the most depressing, one of the most depressing things in any thing, and Sesame Street parodies that, and it's hilarious. I'm excited for that. Another thing that they said was that HBO Max will house over 1,800 movies, including in 2020, including Lord of the Rings, The Matrix, The Conjuring, the Lego movies, all those franchises, and more films will be added every year, and even films from MGM and the Criterion Collection, which is going to get a lot of classic movie fans interested.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah, like I haven't seen a whole lot from Criterion, but I've seen some. Lord of the Rings. I mean, I already have that on Blu-ray, but you know, I mean, still, I mean,
Those are three amazing films,
Some of
and
the-
I will literally watch them anytime.
some of the best movies ever made, in my opinion. They're
Yeah,
so
dude,
good.
like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings are I love the books. I love the books, and I don't think that there's a movie that is better translated its source material to the big screen than Lord of the Rings, because it captures all of those feelings and emotions just about as well as the book did my first time reading through the series. I'm just so sad about what happened to The Hobbit.
I haven't seen the third one, but I thought they were pretty decent. But that's just me.
They're okay, but I really was expecting something as incredible as Lord of the Rings. They really could have done it in one movie because it was just one book.
Yeah, yeah, because I thought the pacing for the first
No,
Hobbit
it
was a little bit
was terrible.
slow, but like,
They added so much stuff that just didn't need they didn't need to add, and they dragged scenes out. You are very right. They
But-
did go really slow.
but I did feel like when we got to Desolation of Smaug, I thought the
that
pacing was a lot.
worth it. Yeah, the pacing in Smog was a lot better, and the payoff was a lot more rewarding than in the first one. I really liked Smog, and I liked that Benedict Cumberbatch
Oh, he
and
was
Martin
great.
Freeman were working together, because I've seen Sherlock. I don't know if you've ever seen Sherlock.
No, I
But,
haven't. But that's
If you haven't, you should definitely watch it at some point. But they did an amazing job, and Benedict Cumberbatch too, especially as Smog.
yeah, that was great. And oddly enough, they're also in the MCU together.
Yeah, that actually, yeah, you're right about that. That
They're
is weird.
They're in so many franchises together. I mean, I just find
Buddies for life, it seems.
it does seem like that. But still, like that's a lot of movies. And speaking of movies, this one I'm really excited for, because all DC Comics titles available, well, at least the ones within the past 10 years, including the 40 years of Superman and like the 40 years or like 60 years of Batman or whatever. I don't know what it was, but like they said that a lot of the DC Comics films will be available at launch. The one I'm hoping is on there is Catwoman, really. I mean, that's a masterpiece of filmmaking.
Dude, Halle Berry Catwoman is the only movie that I think I would rate 10 out of 10 stars.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, like, you know,
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
or, you know, it's overtime.
It's overtime.
I mean, yeah, like, but here's
Also,
what.
that movie just had some of the cringiest music ever.
Oh yeah, like
It
whoa,
was
whoa,
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Ah! It was very cringy.
You
Dude.
just made my ears bleed.
That movie made my ears bleed, so that's what you get for making me think about it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And apparently, this also include with the DC Comics titles being available within the first year. Apparently, Joker is going to be available at launch, which granted, I'm already gonna have it on 4K Blu-ray by then, but still, I mean, hey, good on that. They know how successful Joker is, so they're gonna attract
I'm
people.
happy it's coming to that because like with all I'm hearing and reading about HBO Max, I'm definitely gonna get it at this point, and I know that I'm just gonna watch the shit out of Joker, dude.
Yeah, like that. And like I said, they know how popular this Joker movie is. So like, they're like, "Oh, you guys like Joker? Well, guess what? It's gonna be on the service
They're
at
dangling
launch."
it in front of us like a carrot, and I've taken the carrot. I've taken the bait. I've bitten it. It's too late now.
Yeah, like, yeah, and although this makes me wonder, with almost all the at least with most of the DC Comics titles coming within the first year of launch, why didn't DC Universe, the other streaming service, do this? It's like,
that's a very good question, and I feel like it comes down to a matter of like movie rights and stuff and who holds them.
I think
But
like
I don't know.
maybe broadcasting rights, but it's like,
yeah,
I don't know why you would make a DC streaming service and not want to promote some of your biggest
all
films.
of your yeah. That
like,
is true.
Because like who's gonna sign up for DC Universe for, I don't know, let's say Batman Year One or any of the other straight to DVD stuff. I mean,
well, Batman Year One was a fairly good animated film. I wouldn't sign up solely for that. You are very right.
Yeah, like if you're gonna make a DC, I don't even like the idea of just doing a DC streaming service, and I'm not just being hypocritical. I would say the same thing if there was like
if Marvel were doing it,
or Star Wars.
Yeah,
I feel
that'd be dumb.
I feel like the best option is to do what Disney Plus is doing and do what HBO Max is doing, and just have the entire studio
all your stuff in one place.
Yeah, have the entire studio catalog in one place. Now, granted, not all of the Fox stuff is going to be on Disney Plus because obviously it's R-rated, but they'll eventually go into Hulu. So it's like, I feel like this is the best strategy. And also, granted, I'm not the biggest fan of these two shows, but there are fans of these out there. Friends and The Big Bang Theory will be available at launch.
I'm pretty sure you're lying. There aren't any fans of those out there. Dude.
Oh no! There's a big fan. Why else would Netflix have paid over like $200 million or something to keep Friends on Netflix for a year?
They what?
More people watch Friends
than what?
Friends.
Like, okay, I understand. I guess I understand how you might like Friends. I understand. While I don't agree, I understand. But
yeah, but like,
what's the appeal with The Big Bang Theory? It's a show about nerds.
Still one
that
of the most
makes fun of being a nerd.
It's still one of the most popular. It's still one of the most popular shows on TV. Man, remember
how do you have a fan base by picking an audience and simultaneously attacking that audience with every scene of your production?
Middle-aged white women.
That baffles me, bro. That baffles me.
It's probably middle-aged white women, sort of like the Tyler Perry fan base.
Oh god, yeah, dude. No, I understand.
Just like the Tyler Perry fan base, it's probably a bunch of middle-aged white women, and that's coming from someone who is white. But like
someone.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
No, it's not. But do you understand that? Like, as someone who's black, like, yeah, dude, I understand who watches Tyler Perry movies, even though I'm black and I don't like them. Most black people that I've met and all of my friends really enjoy the Tyler Perry movies. I don't know why. I've never ever found them I've never found a single shred of entertainment in a Madea movie. But he definitely knows who his audience is because they're there, and it'll sell tickets, dude.
Yeah, and plus, apparently Tyler Perry's working with BET to make BET Plus, which is like a BET streaming service. So it's like, yeah, like man, there's a lot, yeah. But like, there are fans of Friends and The Big Bang Theory. I'm not one of them, but we're
not one of them.
Yeah, but
there's no I in communism. I mean, there is, just ignore it.
Oh my god. But like, but hey, for all those of you who do love Friends of The Big Bang Theory, I'm glad you get to have this on HBO Max. I mean, I don't have to watch it, so it's not a big deal to me, but hey, everyone gets to have what they love. And speaking of stuff that we love, HBO Max apparently announced that they've won the streaming rights. I don't know for how long, but they've won the streaming rights for South Park, like their entire library. And apparently they even said that new episodes will be on HBO Max 24 hours after they air on Comedy Central. What are your thoughts on this?
I think that's incredible. So does that mean that Hulu no longer has the streaming rights to South Park?
They still currently do, but they'll be on there but South Park will be on HBO Max.
A lot sooner.
Yeah, well, I mean, like they'll be. I think like somewhere in June. I think they said June of 2020.
No, right. No, but that is pretty awesome, and they're really going forward with this. Like HBO is really changing the game field, so to speak, or the playing field, I should say. Um, they are doing things that not any other streaming service that I can think of has done. Hulu gets you the episodes pretty fast, but not 24 hours after they've aired on TV fast, and that is a huge game changer. I'm sure they're going to try to do it with as many TV series as they can.
Yeah.
But that's really gonna set a high bar for the current and any future streaming services to come out.
I agree, and plus, like for me, South Park is like one of the, especially in some
I need to watch the new season. I haven't started it yet.
I haven't caught up with South Park since maybe. I need to see the rest of season 19, but
It's great.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
like I do love PC Principal. I thought he was funny.
You got your Oakleys, bro.
You
You
got-
wearing your Oakleys right now? You PC, bro?
and like for me, South Park is like one of the best animated shows of all time. Especially, like I will say, it started off a little bit rocky. It wasn't so great when it first started, but they just kept getting better and better and more clever. Like
And more ballsy too. They just did all the jokes that no one else was doing or would do. It was great. It worked for them. I mean, there's a reason it's been on for 20 years.
yeah, exactly. Like and they just have so many things to make fun of, and like for example, like you know how Terrence and Phillip actually came about.
How?
Because they got a bunch of angry letters from parents saying this is just crappy animation and fart jokes. So that
Fart jokes.
so then they basically
What more could you want?
and so no, but then basically they went, oh, you think our show's just crappy animation and fart jokes? All right, and then they made Terrence and Phillip, which was literally
Philip, which was just crappy animation and fart jokes. Oh my God. Dude, that is so great.
I
did not know that. I'm so glad you told me that story. I did not know that.
Yeah, and weirdly,
Dude, I'm gonna have to credit you with that when people tell me that. That's how great that tidbit of information is, dude. That is insane.
yeah, it's so funny, and and you know what's another really weird fact, a really funny fact. You know that movie South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut?
Oh, of course, dude. Of course.
It was actually. Oh, I should say the Academy Award nominated South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, because it was nominated for an Academy Award. It was nominated for Best Original Song for Blame Canada.
Blame Canada. Shit, dude, that's great. That's great that they had to talk about that at the Oscars.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
and you know
dude,
how
I'm dying on the inside.
and you know how the Oscars will like perform those songs on
Yeah.
Oh boy, you would not believe who they got to perform Blame Canada.
Oh, please tell me it was Canadians.
No, but it's still worth it. It's they got Robin Williams.
Oh my!
I'm sending you the link right.
God,
Yeah.
Oh my god! Hang on.
I sent you the link. It's like
I'm playing it in the background. Bro. That's. Oh man, he even says it bigger, longer, and uncut. He's got tape over his mouth.
Yeah, so yeah, guys, South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. I am so glad that's gonna be. I mean, actually, I don't know if the movie's gonna be on there, but I do know they did say the entire series will be on there at launch, and
Hey,
not
I mean,
at launch, but
the movie counts as part of the entire series, sir.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like I have it on Blu-ray. I don't have it on again, it wouldn't do much for me, but hey, I really should try to watch more South Park. I really should try to catch up on it.
I'm actually after this, dude. I'm definitely gonna see if I can log into Hulu and watch some South Park because I need to watch a new season.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that HBO Max is gonna be having the rights to that. Now, it's not gonna be forever. It's probably gonna be for maybe a year or two, but they do want people to they do want to attract people to get to HBO Max, so yeah, that makes sense. And speaking of another animated show that's genius, that's going to be coming onto HBO Max, and one I do think will stay on there because it is from Warner Media, Rick and Morty will have their entire library on HBO Max. I mean,
Hey boy, and season 4 is coming soon.
oh yeah, man, I can't wait for the.
I'm pumped. I know I'm just gonna binge watch it as soon as it comes out, just like every other time that a new season of Rick and Morty has come out, because I'm a creature.
Yeah, like granted, the fan base can be a little bit much at times.
Oh yeah, no, dude. The fan base is sometimes completely cringe, bro. But
But
I love the show. The
yeah.
show isn't awesome regardless.
By the way, remember? Oh, yeah, by the way, I forgot something. Remember when you said that you had Szechuan sauce and you would be willing to share some with me? Yeah, you still didn't
Yeah.
do that.
Well, sir, I know how to make it. If I take you to McDonald's, I can show you how to make it.
Well,
It's their hot barbecue sauce and sweet and sour.
does it say? Does it taste exactly like?
It literally tastes exactly like Szechuan sauce. I ate the Szechuan sauce when it came out, and then I looked up instructions on how to make it, and then I found them, and then I went and did it, and it worked. It was the Szechuan sauce.
So it's just barbecue sauce and
It's hot barbecue, specifically hot barbecue and sweet and sour.
we gotta try that at some point if you're still in Huntington.
I will be for Thanksgiving, so hit me up.
All right, yeah, guys. So yeah, Rick and Morty's going to have their entire library on HBO Max. This one, like I said, I think this one will stay on there because, unlike South Park, which is owned by Viacom, Rick and Morty's owned by Time Warner, and Time Warner's behind HBO Max. It seems like a no-brainer. And they knew they had to pull out Rick and Morty for this because, let's face it, streaming the future of streaming services is Gen Z. Like, we're the generation that's going for streaming services, and we Gen Zers love our Rick and Morty, so they knew they had to pull that out because that's a really attractive thing to watch. So yeah, Rick and Morty, I'm excited for that. Another thing that I was actually kind of surprised over, and I'm excited for, is that HBO teamed up with BBC so that a lot of their shows, like Doctor Who, Top Gear, and
Top Gear, bro,
Luther,
with the Stig.
I've actually never seen any of those shows.
I love Top Gear. Top Gear is one of my favorite shows. Also, Doctor Who. I was a big fan of Doctor Who for a long time. I've stopped following it as of late. After what's his face? Oh gosh.
Are you talking about the Scottish guy?
Yeah.
I know his name. I know it's. He's actually won an Oscar. I'm trying to remember his name.
It is. Hang on.
Peter Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi. Yeah, it is Peter Capaldi. After Peter Capaldi, I pretty much stopped. After his first season, I did not watch it anymore. I don't know what happened or what changed, but I just didn't like it as much as I had been. But it's a good show. It is a very good show.
The one.
And I'm glad that it's coming to HBO.
The one thing that kind of keeps me from watching Doctor Who is that I hate the high frame rate. I hate the high frame rate. It's so distracting. I don't know why. Like,
What do you mean?
I mean, it looks like a soap opera or whatnot, and it's just like, I don't know why. I just really hate high frame.
Yeah, the first season does sort of have that effect to it, but after the first 2 seasons, I want to say, the camera quality, they sort of change it up.
Does it go back to 25 frames per second, like the usual kind of thing you see?
I can't confirm nor deny that because I genuinely cannot tell the difference between 25 and 50 frames per second. I usually play video games and they're running at like between 60 and 120 frames per second.
That's fine because it's a video game.
Like, yeah, right. But like, I cannot visibly see the difference, so I really could not tell you. What I can tell you is that I have noticed what you're talking about, I guess, so I can see it. So maybe they did, but it does get better later on in the series.
Yeah, we'll have to. I am at least interested in checking out like maybe like the new Doctor Who, the female one. Because I've heard that you don't have to be that well versed in Doctor Who in order to watch this one. So I mean, who knows? But I'm hoping that there's a lot of other BBC. Ooh, I wonder if we'll eventually start seeing like Planet Earth or other stuff on BBC. Because like currently they're on Netflix, but like. I'm wondering if they're going to be on HBO Max eventually. I don't know. I currently do know the Walking With saga is on Curiosity Stream. So,
Okay, so I found something actually interesting though. UK broadcast standards are 25 frames per second only.
What does it say?
That the show films films at 25 frames per second.
that is strange. Like, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, that is strange. They because like I know that the frame rate, like I'm willing to bet they put it in 50 frames per second or something high in post production, which is even worse.
They did do it to the okay, so they did do that to Series 1 because they had to remaster it, changing it from HD to SD. But everything as far as it airing is aired and shot at 25 frames per second.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't just put it in just as typical.
No. That soap opera-y effect that you're talking about is a thing. Because they did increase the frames in post in the very first series or season of Doctor Who, because they were remastering it from standard definition to high definition. But other than that, everything else should be at 25 frames per second.
Who knows? I'll try to I might check out an episode of the new Doctor Who when it's on HBO Max if I still see the problem. Because like I just feel like it's very distracting. It kind of makes it look
No.
bit cheaper.
It for real is. No. It for real is. Like I completely agree. I find some of the 9 stuff from Series 1 borderline unwatchable, both because of the really bad effects and because of exactly what you're talking about. I didn't know what it was that was doing that to begin with, so I like you're 100% right.
And I feel like high frame rates also kind of make visual effects look worse because like I saw, for example, I saw a clip of Avengers Infinity War with a shot of Thanos and whatnot in like a high frame rate, and that did not look right. Like that.
No, okay. So the one experience I have with high frame rates, and you're gonna laugh at me, and if it's not appropriate to speak about this on the podcast, I will stop talking whenever you tell me to. But the only time I encountered a 60 frame per second video was when I was watching porn one time. So I clicked on it because I was like confused. I was like, because I'm a gamer, so I'm used to 60 frames per second. I thought that everything was just 60 frames per second, but no. So it was porn, and then it said 60 frames per second. So I was like, I'm confused. So then I clicked on it, and then I noticed like what the difference was and how much weirder everything in the video like looked, and I was just like, huh, that's not something I really want to click on again. That was a little too much detail. Thank you.
How do you find porn on YouTube?
Not on YouTube. It was on Pornhub.
Oh well, I don't use Pornhub because I'm a very boring individual.
It's all right, bro. Pornhub's a pretty lit place. Just make sure you don't click on any ads and put on your incognito mode.
Oof. But man, I don't know. I don't want to know how you're. I don't know. I don't want to know how you know all this, but
Well, man, lots of watching porn and jerking off.
Oh boy, I didn't need to hear that.
Sorry, Dad. I had to tell you. You had to know.
Oh. But anyways, yeah, BBC's gonna be on HBO Max. Ooh, and I'll tell you another show that's on BBC in the UK, but it's gonna be on HBO here starting the 4th, starting on the 4th. I can't wait to check out His Dark Materials.
His Dark Materials.
It's like
I haven't heard anything.
It's like the reboot of The Golden Compass.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh,
I did see those.
they have the cast they have is incredible. Like they have Daphne Keane, the little girl from Logan. They have James McAvoy. They have Lin-Manuel Miranda in there. I really can't wait to see what Lin-Manuel Miranda's like in that show because I think he's a very talented guy. But I want to know how well he can tackle something a little bit more dark. And if he can pull that off, then I think he could have even more opportunities in the future. So yeah, BBC's gonna be on HBO Max. I can't wait for that. Another thing I'm excited for is that apparently they said 250 kids titles are gonna be available at launch, including content from Looney Tunes, Hanna-Barbera, and Cartoon Network. They didn't specify exactly which titles will be on there, but what are your thoughts on this and the whole Cartoon Network stuff?
I really love a lot of Hanna-Barbera's old shows, Scooby-Doo, Flintstones, all that, Tom and Jerry, all that good stuff. And I think it's great that the Cartoon Network catalog is getting added because there are a lot of really, really good Cartoon Network shows. Regular Show, Adventure Time,
Powerpuff Girls.
So
Powerpuff Girls, yes, dude, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack. I could go on for literal days.
They
But
did say that would be on there.
I think it's amazing that they're doing it, and I think that it's awesome that they're giving other kids a chance to experience these like I did when I was a kid.
Yeah, I am really excited for this. Now again, they didn't specify exactly how many of these shows will be on there. Like they did say that the Flintstones will be on there, which I'm not really the biggest Flintstones fan, but
I didn't care about the movie. I did appreciate the show, but when I did watch it, it did feel kind of dated.
Yeah, I kind of I also kind of like I actually watched a little bit of like last year of the show, and man, that show is sexist. Like,
oh, dude, yeah, no, it has not aged well at all. Like,
yeah.
But I guess you could argue that in a way that's like a smart thing that they did because they're cavemen. Like, of course they're gonna be like that. They're literal cavemen.
Yeah, but it's still I don't think it was. But again, that's a kids. Well, technically, I don't even think this was. It was. I don't think it really was meant for kids back then. But still, it's just.
I don't know. I mean, the graphic violence was cartoony, but there sure was a heck of a whole lot of it. So I don't know.
I mean,
maybe our parents just grew up different. But yes, you're absolutely 100% right. I was just sort of playing like a devil's advocate, like somebody that
I mean, hey, that's
really likes the show.
That's fine.
I really don't have a dog in this race. I don't feel one way or the other about the show. Like, it existed, whatevs.
But yeah, like of course I'm looking at right now. Like they're saying that the Dexter's Laboratory is gonna be on there.
Oh,
yeah, I really like that. Robot Chicken is gonna be on there.
Oh, Robot Chicken, dude. Wait, does that mean the Eric Andre show is gonna be on there?
I hope so. I think season 5's coming soon.
4, yeah, season 5's coming soon. I just finished season 4.
And to this day, I am still shocked. I'm glad, but I'm still to this day shocked that Disney let Eric Andre be in their remake of The Lion King. Like,
I'm shocked that they let him be near anything. If like an executive at Disney watched the Eric Andre show, they'd probably be convinced he was like possessed by the devil or something.
Yeah, let me in. Let me in. It's just don't
get any closer to me. I don't want you to get green paint on my shirt. If you get any closer to me, I'm gonna leave.
Exactly. So yeah, guys. I'm really excited for the Cartoon Network stuff. And they announced some HBO Max original series. Like, there are lots more that they announced, but these are the ones that really got my attention. One of them, I'm actually gonna save this one for the for last, like what the first HBO Max original series. But like one of them that they announced that there's gonna be a Green Lantern original series, a Green Lantern series on HBO Max, done by Greg Berlanti, the guy behind the CW shows. I'm thinking this could probably have a bigger budget than the CW shows. But what do you think of Green Lantern getting a TV series?
I think that's awesome, and I just hope it's not like the movie. And counter question: it might have been all right to some people, but that's really all it could have ever been.
I mean, hey, if you didn't like it, that's cool. I mean, if you didn't like it, but
what if oh, hang on, give me a second. What if Ryan Reynolds decided to write and direct his own Green Lantern movie?
Oh,
and then was added to the Justice League.
No, that I don't know. I don't think that would work. I mean, for one, everybody hated that Green Lantern movie, so it's like I don't think they would do that. But it's also like,
well, to be fair, everybody also hated the first interpretation of Deadpool that we got in the movies.
I mean, yeah, that is true, but it's also, now I do know that, even though, Ryan Reynolds has relentlessly made fun of the Green Lantern movie, I think he and DC are still on good terms. Like they'll even I think even even DC's made fun of that Green Lantern movie. Like, for example, it's in the trailer for Teen Titans Go to the Movies, but there's Green Lantern goes, and yeah, I had a movie, but we don't want to talk about that.
I mean, honestly, it's not his fault the movie didn't do well. I mean, he from what I can see was doing his best with what he was given.
I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's Ryan Reynolds. He doesn't ever do a bad job.
Yeah, it's just, but yeah, they are going to be doing a Green Lantern series, which again, I'm really wondering what the production value is going to be like on this, because like you know that with Disney Plus pulling out all their guns, like
Obi-Wan Kenobi, The Mandalorian, you got to cook up something a little bit better than Arrow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I haven't really watched a whole lot of. I haven't caught up with a lot of the CW shows because
I personally do not really like them that much. I think that they feel really cheap to look at. Like I don't know if you understand what I'm meaning. Like it
no,
just seems
I can see
very
how.
low.
Yeah, I can see that. Like for example, like I didn't really like. I don't know what the hell that shark thing was, but
Dude, oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
like he might have existed in the comics, but it's like, plus it's just like so much to try to connect.
There are a bunch of shark men in the DC comics. There was one that was a part of Suicide Squad. I forgot what his name was, but one time he
Killer
offered to,
Shark.
yeah, Killer Shark. He offered to drink kombucha tea with Deadshot. Um, but there's also a lot of other ones whose names I don't remember. So it really could have been anybody. But whatever it was, it did not look good.
Yeah, so like, here's
And
what.
also, I just think that the special effects in general, just in those shows, are big
Like,
letdowns.
like
Whenever
so,
there's an explosion or something.
like sometimes I think the effects are pretty good. Like whenever Barry Allen's running and whatnot, like, that looks
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good.
no, yeah, that
But
does for sure.
but like
But then you get to like fight scenes.
like
And
Legends
stuff.
of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, and then also like when they deal with like blood and stuff, like you can tell where they've clearly CGI'd in the blood or the mark or whatever the damage the person has taken to their body. Like they use makeup for the wound, sure, but you can see CGI blood everywhere or wherever it is, and it's just not great in my opinion.
Yeah, I haven't caught up with it that much to the one that at some point I might try to check out maybe Batwoman, but maybe I don't know.
Yeah, me too. I but so far I've seen Arrow, pieces of the Flash, and like 1.5 episodes of Supergirl before I changed the channel and decided I can't look at this anymore. I don't. It's just not doing it for me.
Yeah, so here's hoping Green Lantern does have a bigger production
Yeah,
value.
and I hope they do. It really will need to when you think about like what his powers are. Like it's hard to achieve that with any form of effects, be they practical or computer generated. You just have to make sure that they're good and convincing because like otherwise it's just gonna be really funny whenever he does the thing with his ring.
Yeah. So, yeah, there is that. Another thing they announced was that apparently season 2 of Doom Patrol will be on HBO Max and DC Universe at the same time. So it's like I haven't
I
seen
didn't catch Doom Patrol.
I haven't seen it either, and I haven't seen Titans, but I do really want to. And I guess Titans has gotten way better way better reviews than I thought it would. Because like that first trailer was horrible, but
Was it the? I think actually, I think when did that come out?
Titans
Yeah,
last year.
last year. Yeah, no, I think I did get a chance to watch a few episodes of that actually. And Netflix and the Dominican Republic had it.
Oh,
They also
okay.
had Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really good. I really liked it.
Man,
Um,
if that's the case, then man, what a horrible marketing job for Titans that was. Like that first
Yeah,
trailer.
no, really, they should have put it on Netflix here. I don't know why they didn't.
Well, no,
But
I'm talking about the trailers for that. Like the trailer for Titans was embarrassingly bad. Because like hell, I even from what I was hearing, even the cringy slang in the trailer, "fuck Batman," makes sense in the show.
no, it does. It does. I did get to that part.
Yeah, again, that's probably the worst marketing job I've ever seen for a superhero.
It's DC historically hasn't had the best job with marketing.
Oh no, I tend
on
to
a lot
disagree.
of their projects.
I feel like
I'm
usually
talking about their TV projects.
okay, yeah, TV projects.
No, not movies. With movies, they do they shoot for the moon.
Yeah.
But for their TV shows, it seems that they just don't for whatever reason. And I thought that when I was watching Titans, I for a minute expected it to be just some more CW trash, and it really wasn't. It was good. The production value is not incredible, but it's good enough to where you can just keep watching it, and the story is really interesting. The characters are also very well done. I really like what they did with Raven, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I do want to try to see Doom Patrol. I'm hoping. I think in the future, like at some point in the future, they'll probably just go full DC Universe into HBO Max. Because like
I hope so because that'll be a good place to have access to all of that, and it'll really take a load off of DC and having to market both the streaming service and new stuff that's coming to it. If they can just have it all in one place, HBO Max.
yeah,
Got the HBO Max subscription. HBO's getting their money. DC's getting their money. You're getting your shows. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, and another DC show that they announced for HBO Max is DC Superhero High, which I'm just thinking there's a lot of DC superhero high school TV shows. Like there was the online series, which was DC Superhero Girls, which is pretty good. DC Superhero Girls, the Cartoon Network show, is pretty decent. And now they're doing another DC superhero show for HBO Max, which again really makes me wonder what that's going to be like, because like again, production value, I'm wondering what that's gonna be like. But I mean, hey, I am interested in seeing some different takes on the DC characters. I mean, who knows? That could be fun. But apparently their biggest move when it comes to their HBO Max originals is gonna be this Game of Thrones prequel called House of the Dragon.
I see.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Are they gonna have the two Muppets that were responsible for pretty much everything after season 4 of Game of Thrones directed, or
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're going to be executive producers, but not showrunners. But even then, like,
I hope not, dude.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, I haven't seen Game of Thrones, but to be fair, they did I don't think many TV shows I don't think have very good series finales. Like I think most of them kind of end off kind of weak.
There is one TV show, okay, but weak is one thing. Straight up, just it is like the thing is, it doesn't even make sense. Like The Sopranos, in my opinion, has what I consider to be one of the worst endings to any TV show, because literally the ending to that TV show is it just cutting to black halfway through something interesting that was about to happen. That felt like a pretty bad kick in the balls for sure. But this felt like someone removing your balls with a surgical knife without anesthesia. It just feels like they didn't know what they were doing, and I really dislike it, and a lot of people also dislike it, and I can't blame them.
I can't really comment on that because I haven't seen Game of Thrones, but you know there is gonna be.
It's worth watching, but it really takes up a lot of time to watch. All the episodes are like an hour and something long. I can't really blame you for not watching it, because like when I first started trying to watch it, it really turned me off. I was like,
No, I mean,
I'm gonna have to sit down and basically watch a movie every night. But it is really good.
No, I mean the thing is like that's not the reason why I haven't watched it. The reason why I haven't watched it is like for the longest time I didn't have HBO, and whenever I did have HBO, I mean I was already like the show was already too far ahead for me because I can't just jump into like the middle of season 3 or whatever.
Middle of season 3, yeah. No, you're absolutely right, and that was one of the things that sort of turned me off at first, but eventually I sat down and decided I'm gonna watch this until I fall asleep. And when I fell asleep, I'd go back the episode or two that I missed and watch them, and then eventually I did catch up, which is really not the way to do things, and I only did it because it was summer. I had a bunch of free time. But I ultimately deem that it was worth it. I to a degree. I'm glad I got to see how things wrapped up, but also the way they wrapped up left an incredibly bad taste in my mouth.
But from looking at like commercials and whatnot, it looks like it has some of the best production value you'll find in a television show.
On TV for sure, dude. It
almost
like,
looks movie worthy.
I'll go this. Yeah, no, for sure. That's exactly what I was about to say. The dragon effect in it like rivaled that of something like the Hobbit. I never thought I was gonna see a much better looking dragon than I did in The Hobbit, and then I watched Game of Thrones and got to see 2 of them, and it was incredible. They do such a good job, especially with blending the practical effects with the CG. For example, when the dragons like breathe fire and stuff, like they'll show the scenes of the dragon breathing fire, and then afterwards show the destruction, all of the soldiers running around on fire and shit, the literal ground burning, and people screaming and crying for death as they're burning. It's great. It's incredible. And yeah, you're absolutely dead on when you say that it has like borderline movie quality special effects. There's some things way late, like an entire coffee cup that got left in, that aren't that great, but for the most part, the effects are spot on.
For the most part,
the effects are spot on.
Oh, okay, yeah. I like I said, I will try to watch Game of Thrones at some point, and you know there is the HBO Max original series House of the Dragon, which is gonna get a lot of people excited. So, yeah. There's also another HBO original coming in 2020 called Lovecraft Country, which I've never heard of, but apparently it's gonna be from Jordan Peele and J.J. Abrams. Jesus Christ, these two minds.
What a duo.
Yeah, Now, granted, I liked Us, but I didn't love Us. But I love.
I loved Get Out a lot, and
Yeah.
Us did not I did not like it as much as Get Out, but I still enjoyed the film.
Yeah,
I
for
thought it
me,
was
my
pretty good.
for me, my biggest problem with Us was the ending. It didn't make a lot.
Yeah,
It didn't
no,
make any
me
sense.
too. No, dude, I left the theater even more
Wait,
confused about
theater.
Us.
Wait, theater. When we were going to see Joker, you said you haven't watched it yet.
No, Us. I
Yeah.
had seen it.
Okay. Were you high? I mean, like, well, I mean, like, we were in California, and you were you
I
on?
was probably stoned. Yes.
We were in California. Yes. Yeah. We were in California when we went to see Joker in
Catching the waves and smoking some doobs, bro.
yeah, like, but yeah,
But yeah, I had seen Us. I saw it once in theaters, and I've watched it another time on Amazon Prime because I thought like maybe I just missed something, and I didn't miss anything. It just
it's just a really
leaves
it's just
a lot of questions.
yeah, yeah. For me, the ending of Us didn't make any sense, but you know, I still loved Get Out. I still think that's probably one of the best movies of this decade so far.
Oh yeah, dude, no for sure.
And-
Everything in it, the music's great, the acting's great, and the direction's
Oh,
awesome.
I always say this about Get Out. It's a movie that sucks until you realize what's been going on the entire time. Because a lot of things just at first kind of seem like, you know,
Yeah,
like
they
forced,
seem off.
like forced
and forced.
messages. But
Yeah.
then when something's revealed, it's like, oh, it's all,
Oh,
it's
okay, that's why. That's why, dude. Okay.
yeah, I love that. And of course,
Like
JJ.
the shift is so good, and the shift is so needed for that film. It was a masterpiece.
Yeah, I loved it a lot. And of course, you have J.J. Abrams, who not only resurrected the Star Trek franchise, but then it did even bigger with resurrecting the Star Wars franchise, and
Yeah.
also doing, you know, lots of other really cool stuff.
Yeah. Did you ever see that movie Super 8?
Super 8? Oh yeah, I really liked Super 8.
Me too. Me too. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really weird movie, but that's most of the reason that I liked it.
Yeah, it was like a really nice love letter to like adventure movie, you know, adventure movies in the 80s.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of the Goonies.
Yeah, like I really like Super 8, and seeing that Jordan Peele and J.J. Abrams are going to be doing a show together on HBO Max. You know, I gotta look up what Lovecraft Country is. Like this, let's see, I'm looking on Wikipedia. It says Lovecraft Country is an upcoming drama horror television series based on Matt Ruff's novel of the same name. It is set to premiere on HBO. The series is produced by Monkey Paw Productions, Bad Robot Productions, and Warner Brothers Television. And basically, what the premise is, that it follows Atticus Black as he joins up with his friend Letitia and his uncle George to embark on a road trip across 1950s Jim Crow America in the search of his missing father. This begins a struggle to survive and overcome both the racist terrors of white America and the terrifying monsters that could be ripped from a Lovecraft paperback. Good lord.
That sounds amazing, and it sounds right up my alley. I love Lovecraftian horror, just cosmic entities that view us as ants. It's really deeply disturbing stuff when you really let it get into your head, and I cannot wait to see what these two geniuses do with it. J.J. Abrams is clearly well versed in horror. Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane were both amazing. He also is just a good writer and director overall, dude.
Yeah, and what he did with Star Wars, I thought was so
No,
good.
I enjoyed Episode 7 a lot more than I enjoyed The Last Jedi, but he definitely knew what he was doing with Episode 7. Some people say it kind of felt like a retread, but I argue that was sort of the point, and
Yeah,
I liked the way they did it.
After the prequels, where it was like
we needed something that was there to say we respect what's come before us, and but are also doing stuff to add new ideas to the series, because that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and I'm really excited these two minds are coming together. Like, I just imagining what's gonna come from the mind of J.J. Abrams and Jordan Peele. That just excites me so much. So, yeah, guys, what do you think of this new thing called Lovecraft Country from Jordan Peele and J.J. Abrams? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. And this one I really like. Hell, I might actually try to I might try to look this up online, but like, apparently HBO Max is going to have, like, sort of like how, how Disney Plus has all those content hubs where it's Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic.
Right. Yes.
Well, apparently HBO Max is gonna do a pretty similar thing, where, except for this one, they have the following content hubs. They're gonna have HBO. Well, actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go ahead and send you the image right here, because it's really cool. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, the content hub is going to look like this, where it's going to be divided, where the content will be divided into some categories, including HBO, Looney Tunes, DC, HBO Max Originals, Studio Ghibli, Cartoon Network, TNT, TBS, CNN, Sesame Workshop, Crunchyroll, Adult Swim, and True TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot to choose from.
And covering so many different demographics as well. Because you got the preschoolers with Sesame Workshop, you got the anime fanboys with Studio Ghibli and Crunchyroll, you got just fans of general adult animation with Adult Swim, and plus you have South Park as well. You have Cartoon Network and Looney Tunes, you have DC for the superhero fans, you have news stuff with CNN. I mean...
And you even got TNT. If you want to watch Star Wars Episode 3, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, TNT's got you.
Well, not really, because that's on Disney now. That's on Disney Plus.
Oh, well, you can probably still find it if you just watch TNT on TV.
Maybe. Who knows?
For sure.
And the one thing I'm really excited about is True TV, because, like, it's only in recent years when I started to watch some of True TV, because, like, originally they just had a bunch of, the world's dumbest criminals, or just the world's show where they just had a bunch of bad comedians making bad jokes.
I've never ever dedicated a single second of my life to True TV. I've always heard I've heard it described to me by people that have watched True TV, and it just has never sounded like something I wanted to watch.
But, however, I will say some of their newer shows in recent years are, like, some of my favorite television. Like, for example, there's Hack My Life, which is a really cool show. But the two crown jewels of True TV, in my opinion, Impractical Jokers and Adam Ruins Everything. Those shows are genius. They are so good.
Yeah, Adam Ruins Everything is incredible.
Yeah. Wait, I thought you said you didn't watch True TV.
I didn't. I don't. I've seen Adam Ruins Everything on the YouTubes.
Oh, okay, because they do put a lot of their clips on YouTube. And... yeah, and for me, Impractical Jokers is, like, one of the funniest series I've ever seen in my life. Like the shit that they do in that show is so funny. It's ridiculous, and the punishments are always, like, some of the fun. It's really funny, and I really like this. Like, again, one of my biggest problems with Netflix is that you can't find shit on there because it's so tiered into recommendations. And I hate that, because it's like, no, just let me browse. I just want to browse and see what's on. Because, like, hell, I have Xfinity Flex, a little box that has a bunch of streaming services on there. And, like, it's illegal. It's a legal thing. Don't worry, people. But, like, I can hook it up with my Netflix, and it'll and not on the Netflix app, but if I just want to browse through movies in general, like, it'll show and whatnot. Like, there are movies on Netflix I didn't even know were on Netflix until I started going through it alphabetically through Xfinity Flex, and I'm like, well, damn it, Netflix, why didn't you, like, why can't you just, like, why can't you, just organize your shit? And Disney Plus is organizing their shit, and HBO Max is organizing their shit. I mean, it's just overall, really, really organized. And, like, what are your thoughts on this?
No, I like the way it looks. It looks really easy to access so that you can go in, you know what you're looking for, you know exactly where to go. Don't have to scroll past a bunch of stuff. I like it.
Yeah, it's simple, it's easy to the point. And I love how it's like a dark theme, because it's, it's better on the eyes. And the last thing about HBO Max that we're going to talk about, and this is basically sort of our final verdict on this, is that HBO Max is going to launch May 2020 at $15 a month with an undisclosed ad-supported tier in 2021, but personally I'm not really interested in the ad-supported tier. But What do you think, Raphael?
Neither am I.
Yeah.
I think that $15 is a very reasonable price point, especially for something as extensive as HBO Max. Like there's so much that you're getting. And it's also cool that they're doing an ad-supported tier ad because $15 is also, a good bit. But I'm also probably not going to do that because like I already have Hulu and I really don't like ads. So, yeah, good job HBO. You guys are pulling out the big guns. I hope that they keep being as progressive as they're being with their streaming service.
Yeah, I'd still say right now maybe what's it like? I'd still probably say Disney. I'm more excited for Disney Plus, which is only after today.
Oh no, yeah, same here.
But
But I just you cannot deny that they've done a lot of very intuitive things with their streaming service that just no one else is doing.
yeah, like HBO Max, like out of the streaming services, HBO Max is my second most anticipated one. Because like again, I think from what I know of HBO, like if you're a current HBO subscriber, you actually get HBO Max for free. I'm guessing for like the first year or something.
Yeah.
And I think if you have AT&T, you're also gonna have HBO Max for free within the first year. It's either HBO Max or Verizon. I mean, it's either AT&T or Verizon. I can only assume maybe AT&T because it's Time Warner. But yeah, I am really excited for HBO Max. I will definitely be subscribing to this. Like all of this just sounds really, really good. I can't wait to check out some of these original shows. I can't wait to check out the library. And yeah, all for $15 a month, which I'm hoping there's a yearly plan. I hope there's a yearly plan because
Me too.
Yeah, I do prefer doing the yearly plan stuff. But yeah, between this and Disney Plus, streaming services are looking pretty good in the future. Unlike Apple TV Plus, which opened yesterday, and I could not care less about. I could not care less about Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, I really couldn't either. I have an Apple TV, and I don't use it nearly as much as my Amazon TV, just because like not only do I have Amazon Prime on my TV, but like I got HBO Go, HBO the main app. I got Stars, Encore, Netflix, Hulu, and soon, very soon, hopefully, Disney Plus.
Yeah, actually, I don't think. From what I know of, I don't think it's gonna. I don't wait. Maybe like I know definitely that like right now when Disney Plus launches, it's not gonna be on the Apple TVs or whatnot. I think like what did they say about Disney Plus and where it'll be on there. I'm gonna be looking through the Wikipedia thing right here. Devices. Okay, yeah. Disney Plus will have. Okay, it will work. It will have apps. The app will be on.
It's gonna have on the Apple TV, Google Chromecast, Android TV, Roku, but not the Fire TV.
Yeah, I also have on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, of course the web browser. I'm definitely gonna try to get a Roku TV on Cyber Monday because well, for one I want to try to get on the 4K, but hey, it'll have Disney Plus on there. But yeah, I am really excited for HBO Max. This is looking really good. So yeah, guys, what do you think of that? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you think about HBO Max as a whole. Do you want to check this out? I'm pretty like they will probably have like a week of a free trial and whatnot. And like I said, if you have HBO or HBO Go or something like that, you'll get it for maybe a year free. So yeah, and right before we close the show, I want to remind you guys, again, this isn't really as smooth of a segue, but Patreon! We have a Patreon account. It's patreon.com/ChristianTylerHannah. Once again, if you subscribe for $1 a month, you'll get your name in my videos. For $5 a month, if you'll get the audio-only version of the Hannahcast, where if you want to listen to the Hannahcast while you're working out or driving, because you don't want to look at the screen while you're driving, this tier allows you to listen to just the the Hannahcast audio-only version, and it will get your name in my videos as well. And if you do $15 a month on my Patreon, you'll get your name in my videos, plus the Hannahcast audio-only version, and you'll also have the Hannahcast after show where we and Raphael will talk about a bunch of random shit. including politics. What else do you think we might talk about?
I think we might talk about how the global conspiracy about how Australia is actually upside down and everybody over there has to wear like weighted seatbelts so that they don't fall off the earth.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that's a legit conspiracy. Because I mean, and we'll also try to explain how people like Steve Irwin look like they're not doing that, but they are.
In reality, yes, some of them are born with the belts inside of them.
Exactly. It's like
Australia is truly a strange and magical place.
It is a strange and magical place. And you know what's also a strange and magical place?
The after show.
Yes. So please subscribe, people. $15 a month on my Patreon. You know you want to. And so, yeah, guys, that about ends it for this episode of the Hannahcast. This was a long episode. At some point, I really need to try to get some lunch. But, Burke Jergler, where can people find you if you want to be found?
Look out your window at about 12:02 a.m. on a dark, clear night. Think about me. Maybe whisper my name into the wind.
We will do
I
that.
promise.
Exactly. And so, yeah, guys, that about does it for this Hannahcast. Bye.